What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Mass Effect 2. So we are here on the new Normandy. We got a brand new cast and crew, so you know exactly what time it is. It is time to explore the ship and see what we can find out about the new Normandy and the new people on board.
What's this
And
area?
catch up with some old faces, too.
This is the Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
Nothing too new and out of the ordinary there, but it is cool that Edie will go ahead and fill you in on all those kind of things.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
So, Kelly Chambers is a really interesting NPC, actually, due to where the story goes with her, but she's also kind of important, because there's a fish tank up in our captain's quarters, and if we don't get a high enough score with Kelly here, she won't feed our fish, and then if you forget to feed them, after every mission, they'll actually die, so we're gonna be real nice to Kelly for the fish's sake.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Fair enough.
Okay, Kelly.
She seemed to appreciate
Anything
that.
else?
What can we learn about you before we ask about the crew?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
So you're an onboard psychologist, too. I mean, high-stakes missions, that could come in useful.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Yeah, especially with soldier types, right? They're not going to want to unburden their feelings to somebody prying at them, but a casual conversation over coffee or a beer, that can go a long way.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Okay, but what about all the other stuff, like the terrorist cell? You seem a little bubbly to be so on board with all this.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
As long as you don't get the food chain mixed up in order, it's not in conflict, but there's a little more to it than that. But points for naivete, right, I guess?
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I can see that.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Illusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
I'll certainly try and keep that way.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Now, we might be a little flirtatious here with Kelly Chambers, but it's mainly just because we want her to take care of the fish, okay?
I might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I'm sure it is.
I better go.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask
We'll
her.
talk later.
I'm gonna ask her a little something else.
How may I help you, Commander?
See what she thinks about the crew so far.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Okay,
That'll be
so
all.
Joker wants to catch
I'll
up.
be here if you need anything.
But the cool thing about the private terminal here is we're going to get a lot of quests here from this, but we'll also get catch-ups from people in Mass Effect 1 and all people in the different crews. We can also obviously do our team status, look at our upgrades, all that stuff. So let's go to unread messages. So we have one from Counselor Anderson now. On the off chance that the rumors are true, and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council, and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. He's going to give us a chance to defend ourselves basically here, because like I said last episode, I'm sure all the people we made connections with over the years, when they get wind that we're with Cerberus, they're going to be very confused based on how much lead we put in Cerberus in the last game. This one's from the Illusive Man. Shepard. We've reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known, and some utterly unknown, military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You will find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee. I've taken care of that personally. And the Illusive Man dipping out of pocket, huh? And Zaid is obviously one of those Delta Black Ops kind of guys that went mercenary after the fact. This is actually a DLC, but since we have the Legendary Edition, we do get everybody included. So, Project Firewalker, Commander. The MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead Planetside Exploration Rover. In addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert O'Loy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near planet Ziona, Alistar Ismar Frontier. And now we have one from Admiral Hackett himself, which is interesting, right? Seeing Hackett send comms to a Cerberus ship. So, Commander Shepard, our scans in the Armada system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report to the Alliance so that those heroes' families might find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. So that kind of tells us that Jacob's casualty report was a little off there, right? He said some crew from the lower decks in Presley died. There's still 20 bodies unaccounted for here, so the death toll is a lot higher. So the recon hood we're actually already wearing, but Shepard, it occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent by a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives. It has additional microframe functions that you may like. The hood is in your quarters. And here we have Overlord. We won't be doing this till much later, but this is a phenomenal DLC. It's one of my favorites in the Mass Effect universe, actually, so. Shepard. One of our cells just went off the grid without explanation. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technology, and I need you to investigate. Their work is extremely compartmentalized, enough that I can't divulge operational details over this channel. You'll find them on the planet IE Typhon system in the Phoenix Massing cluster. Please use care in this matter. We have our arc projector here, something else from the Illusive Man. He's given us plenty of starting gifts. Shepard, we recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in the Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against the Geth scouting party, and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an arc projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicated Overlord's kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well, but laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works, now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. And now we have, from the Illusive Man again, Shepard. At great cost and effort, we have tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She is unequaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Zakira ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password, Silence is Golden, to begin the rendezvous. And now we have Ascension Financial Services. From Stanwyck Dobbs, banking agent, Ascension Financial Services on Earth. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting modest administration fees for closing the file, the subsequent change in status, and the reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of 100,000 credits. Thank you for banking with Ascension Financial Services. We look forward to working with you. Are you protecting your greatest assets? We will find the best life insurance rates and coverage to fit your needs. Reply for a free quote today. And no thank you, my friend. We will not, in fact, be taking the shady life insurance. They already robbed us blind just for turning our account back on. I don't think I need to pay them anything else. We'll obviously get all these little codexes around the Normandy as we progress. Here's Joker, and here's Ide. I'm sure he's loving that. I guess we'll start with, we can actually close these here. There's no real reason to.
Pressure loss in the number 4 hydrogen tank. Lock it down, Edie.
Kind of like seeing space and the whole star systems dancing around like that. Looks cool.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove.
Oh,
and
baby.
leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
Like ship cancer.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
No way to put a downer on it, Shepard.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Yeah, way to turn that into a negative conversation, Shepard.
Commander,
How's it going up here, Joker?
I assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
Be careful, Joker. She has control of some of the ship's systems. You piss her off too much, you might get spaced.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew.
And we know that
We
for
were
a
your
fact.
team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
Yeah, even with the snap inspection, and he was getting pretty upset about Asari and specifically Turians on board. They never really were happy with all that. In fact, if we weren't a Spectre, I'd suspect none of that crew would have been welcome there, period. But since we were a Spectre, we kind of got to do whatever we wanted. Let's see what he thinks about the new squad.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal.
Smart man.
Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
You don't want to start the rumor train, huh?
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
You're pretty sound.
That's it for now.
See ya, Commander.
Definitely value your opinion. Now let's talk to Ide.
Yes, Shepard.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
Well, let's see if we can dig in about Cerberus. I doubt she'll be willing to answer any of these questions, but let's see
I
what
want
she
to know more
knows,
about the
right?
people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Yeah, I thought so.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Maybe over time we can get her to ease up on some of these.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Okay, so Cerberus aren't completely non-self-aware, right? They're not being too reckless here. They made an AI, but it's contained. it behaves.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Illusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
I guess that explains why we've never really had any interaction with this, and they don't know much about the military cell, right? The one that we fought, that is forward knowledge, but that is the military cell that we were having interactions with in Mass Effect 1, which is completely compartmentalized from all the rest. So the Illusive Man knows about all that, but all the people in this cell probably know nothing about that at all.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Naturally. And I'm sure she's not going to be able to tell us
How does
this either.
Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Let's see what the AI thinks about Joker.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
I love Joker's voice acting. These two actually have a really good chemistry with each other. It's really fun listening to these two interact.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Okay, so if we want to shut you off, we go to the medical bay. Noted.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Illusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Okay, so we're gonna learn together, huh?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's
And you
own
see
suite of
just how
cameras
effective an
to
AI
close
is going to be in
internal
this
firewalls.
galaxy, especially right now when we're not against Reapers proper. Like, no other ship in the galaxy is going to have an AI, so she could just play havoc with anything we come across right here. Literally just turn the air off or blow it up by putting the core in meltdown, and it's over, just like that.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
You might be onto something.
The Illusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Yeah, so he's all in on us.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Yeah, the Illusive Man is all in. He spent a shit ton of money on this. Not even just on Shepard, but also rebuilding the Normandy for the crew. And, like the memos said right there, he's also paying for additional crew members that he's got dossiers on, so he's all in on us. He put all his chips on black. That's the elevator. That'll take us to the captain's cabin later, but we still got a couple more crew people to speak to, right? We gotta talk to Jacob and Miranda too.
What's this area of the ship?
They're willing to talk more
This is
now.
the armory, where small arms and
Miranda in particular wasn't too interested in chatting to us.
Computer-aided design and manufacturing. We have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Now we should. The email did say that all of our heavy weapons carried over, but it's actually lying to us because they're not here. We don't have them. There should be all kinds of weapons here, so I guess it doesn't carry over. Or maybe it's because I deleted those careers before I started this one so I wouldn't get confused in the save. That might be why too, but you see, we still got a hell of an armory here. Plenty of weapons.
Commander,
Doesn't surprise me that the
guys,
soldier
it's
is
time to
here.
really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Illusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Yeah, see, I like Jacob because he's straight up, right? He acknowledges right off the bat that he doesn't like what Cerberus does, and he's only here because he keeps walking the walk, right, and doing the right things. He's here for the mission. He's like ignoring Cerberus's actions because he gets to do some good, and he's very upfront about the fact that he doesn't trust the Illusive Man. Shit, he told him that himself, right? That's what he told us. So he's pretty upfront.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
I respect that. He's not like Miranda.
They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
That's also very true. Finger on the pulse, huh?
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, he's the soldier here, right? He gets it. He's all alliance. He's here because this is the only place where you can do the right thing, but he doesn't trust them. I think he'd happily turn on the Illusive Man if he ever crossed that line. I mean, he's pretty much explicitly said it to us, right?
Can I help you with something?
And chit-chat with him a little bit, so we can ask him. We can dig into some of his service.
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed. Like
I like that saying a lot.
But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
He's not wrong, too. Good deeds are like pissing in brown pants. Warm feeling, no one notices. Very true. When's the last time you saw anything on the news or things like that about getting credited for good deeds? It's all that negativity that gets the press. You save the day, no one cares. Especially in a situation like Cerberus, right? Because even somebody that's so invested in doing wrong can also do right, which is kind of the whole point of this operation we're currently on. But nobody will ever give that credit, right? It works the same in real life with different politicians and different sides of the aisle. If they do something good, no one will ever credit it if they disagree with other stuff. Bad people can do good things, and the same with organizations. It's a mixed bag, right?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I would agree with that, and I'm sure we can't chit-chat too closely yet.
For a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
I would agree with that.
Later.
Commander.
Yeah, there's no sense forcing it, right? We got a long mission ahead. We'll get there. This is a pretty looking debrief room. So this was what you would used to have been the FTL room where we would talk to the council. This has obviously been changed now.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Illusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
So this is how we're chit-chatting to the Illusive Man personally, right? Just the two of us.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Illusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Illusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
It's very useful, and I love how they always take the time to explain things.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one linked to each world.
Yeah, it's obviously not affordable, although it does seem like something that you would want pretty much every Spectre ship to have, right? Direct line of comms to the council, and that is as secure as it can get, right? Because it's only point-to-point. There's no hacking into that system at all because it's not on...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I think you might be lying to me, Kelly Chambers. Indeed you are. You are telling the lie. Alright, so let's go down to the crew quarters. We'll talk to Miranda and see who we can chat to down here. There's going to be some interesting faces down here as well. It's not all going to be old faces.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
And the Cerberus crewmen are also very much people too, which is important to acknowledge, I think. Like,
Shepard,
everybody has a...
This restroom is on the port side of the ship.
Oh, sorry, Edie, I was just looking around for codex. Yeah, it's important to keep that in mind. I think that
Chef surprised
different
me,
people
man. Come
sign
on,
up for different
Bluebird.
reasons, right? They're all people too.
Sorry, princess.
They're not all faceless
Filet mignon
monsters.
and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
I wouldn't recommend beefing with the crew's chef. You end up with all kinds of stuff in your food. You piss them off too much. Main battery, we don't have anything for that yet. Here's the cryopods. Let's see, they rebuilt those. Although there definitely is not enough there for the whole crew.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Miss Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
It's the small people that make the world go around, plumbers and electricians.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also
Underappreciated.
preparing the meals.
I wash my hands most of the time. This ain't
Well,
no
we'll
luxury
try and
liner.
work on the
You have to
the
pull your own
cleanliness.
weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
That's in poor taste.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat.
You're
It'll
not
take
wrong.
Good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
That's the other thing too about Cerberus is they are a terrorist organization too, but at the same time a lot of people would be attracted to the humanity first priority, right? When you get ignored and disenfranchised by other things like the Alliance and the Council, where they stuff your concerns to the side, they ignore you, they speak down to you, you get attracted to things like this, right? So naturally, people would always be proud to work for Cerberus because it's humanity first. You know, your average janitor from Earth doesn't give a shit about Asari politics. He cares about Earth and humanity's politics. Doesn't give a shit what the Turians are doing 2 billion miles away.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man?
I can.
Working the EZO rigs along the
You
frontier?
seem exactly like a
I
family
was
man.
happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook.
It doesn't
I
surprise
needed
me
to
that it
make
was
a difference.
Batarians.
I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help. Be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
Those are all just as important as everything else, right? If the ship stops working, if the electronics stop working, or everybody's starving to death, well, we can't do our mission. That's just as important as everything else.
Do you have everything you need?
I make do, but have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
I would agree. What can I do?
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
Give me the list. Like I said, it's all just as important.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
It's important to remember
take
too
any more of
that
your
the Citadel is like that
Back to
bougie
work.
place, right? You can only live there if you're hyper wealthy, hyper rich, very connected. It's all like nepotism babies and stuff like that. So obviously the regular people like Gardner here and probably most of the other crew on this ship, they would kind of see it like that. Namby-pambies, putting on airs, you know, sipping their expensive water, all that kind of stuff. So this would used to have been the captain's quarters where Miranda's digs are set up here, and she has a pretty nice place. And plenty of windows here. Yeah, this would have used to have been Captain Anderson's office, or my office, but that's obviously not anymore.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the Illusive Man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the Illusive Man, updating our status.
Yeah, so vast difference between her and Jacob Taylor. She's very much on board with the Cerberus dream. He's not so much sold, but she's fully committed.
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Which is kind of true and kind of not true, because the Alliance also has that with the N7 project, right? That's the special operations there. They don't necessarily have galactic jurisdiction, but that's true and not true at the same time. I guess humanity would need an answer to those things too, but the STG doesn't actively sabotage other races, whereas Cerberus kind of does. We already got a taste of that in this game too, with the whole beef between Tali's Quarian unit and these two.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the Illusive Man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Well, they're privately funded, which means no red tape, no bureaucracy, which is the reason we're able to do this right now instead of chasing Geth through the systems like the Alliance and the Council had us doing. But it also has a negative too, right? There's no oversight, no accountability. Whatever the Illusive Man says goes.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
The way she said accident there was a little strange, right? Almost like she didn't believe that it was an accident. The pause and then accident. Like, it would have been very easy for her to just say, before that whole thing happened on the Normandy or whatever, she didn't have to pause and say accident. The way she said accident kind of sounds like it had air quotes attached to it.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the Illusive Man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
I'm used to it. You should have tried chasing Sovereign and Saren through the galaxy with no support.
What can you tell me about the Illusive Man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
I think humanity already does have a better advocate in Commander Shepard and Captain Anderson, but I take her point. And honestly, the cast and crew here is already phenomenal, right? You're already seeing the differences with Miranda and Jacob, and it just keeps getting better. They're great examples, and they all have really cool arcs too. Miranda in particular is going to go on a pretty fun journey throughout this game. Miranda's one of my more preferred characters, actually, in the second game. I really love her character.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the Illusive Man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
It doesn't lack for confidence.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human.
She'll make it
Add
to
to
around
that some of
200
the best
then.
training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Yeah, she has all those natural advantages, but those natural advantages
Thanks
make
for the
her
information, Miranda.
scrutinized
I'll talk to you
harder,
later.
right?
Of course, Commander, whatever you need.
If you're technically the perfect human, which she is, then everybody expects you to perform perfectly. If she underperforms, it's a bigger problem. And when she performs as expected or overperformed, then that's what I just said. It's as expected. So you wouldn't get much credit, but you'd get a lot more blame.
What can I do for you?
I'll let you work.
And she's not going to be
Of
able
course,
to
Commander.
chat anything else to us just yet. We do have a familiar face in here, though. This is an iconic one for the series. Ask Edie what
What's
this place is
area of the
first.
ship?
The sick bay. It is equipped to provide short-term emergency care. In the event of critical injury, personnel must be transferred to a fully equipped medical facility.
Yeah, this person I did not expect to be on the Normandy.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Remarkably strong-willed, Commander. I'm so surprised that she's here. She was Alliance through and through, and we talked to her on the old Normandy, talking about how she could have had all these opportunities to open her own clinic and get posted wherever she wanted, but she wanted to be on an Alliance vessel.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Yeah, she belongs on vessels, clearly. And she talked about that herself. That's why she didn't take any of the postings or clinics that she could have in the past.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
I can see that, although you seem like you appreciate candles, a book, and some wine every now and then.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
Boy, am I glad to have you here, Dr. Chakwas, and it's nice to see that, again, somebody else still trusts us no matter what, right? That's Talia and Dr. Chakwas now.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
That is a great, strong woman right there.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice Brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
Oh, we can definitely restock your liquor cabinet.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
You heard what I
I'll
said
see you
about
later,
potential
Doctor.
death sentence
Come on,
mission,
now.
right? I think the least we could do is get you some brandy. Maybe a nice book, too. Kind of book you think she'd like. I feel like she's the murder mystery type of gal. I can see her reading, like, Sherlock Holmes or something like that. That's kind of what I imagine Dr. Chakwas would be reading. Let's check out the engineering deck. Maybe Adams will be down here. I'm sure this place is going to be way overhauled. You see we have a gigantic cargo bay now, too. definitely nothing like the old Normandy.
What's this area?
You can tell just by being here the
Normandy's
sense of
cargo
scale
bay. It
increase.
includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked ground vehicle and shuttle.
My last ship didn't need a shuttle. Why do we have one?
This ship is nearly twice the mass of the previous Normandy. It is more difficult to land the ship on high-gravity worlds.
Yeah, so since it's bigger, we needed a shuttle to get us down, and that's our shuttle right there. Don't see no ground vehicle, however. The elevator. Let's peep the Normandy. Let's get a look around. Here's our engineers, Daniels and Donnelly. Here's the big old drive core.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
And here she is. There's the big engine. It's the thing that's powering us. I don't think there's any codexes in here, but we'll take a look. I'll go downstairs and check.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
At ease. That's not going to be that professional.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Yeah, these two are like a dynamic duo too, actually.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
If you've ever seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Marvel show, these two actually really remind me of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like science nerd duo. The work for them, building that tech and things like that. These two are very similar to those. I think whoever wrote those characters might have played Mass Effect.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken.
I like that attitude.
We lost respect for Alliance
I'm not surprised that they did that,
We
though.
need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seemed to be doing that.
Yeah, they got their head on straight. It doesn't surprise me, right? Shepard was the focal point for the Reapers, the only one that really saw it all. And of course, when we die, they sweep it all under the rug and business as usual, back to making money, making business deals and all that stuff. No reason to continue.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the Illusive Man. He made an offer, and here I am.
Oh, nice to see you supported so much. What about Gabby?
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. They'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
Yeah, the old one was the best one in the galaxy, and now this is new and improved, so it's the best now. This would make the Alliance and the Turians blush at this point. We have sole access to it. Nobody else even knows about this thing, I'm sure.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the Collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
What can I do? Anything for you guys?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
I love these two. You can already see why he brought her along, too. She definitely keeps him in line.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
I got time. We'll keep an eye on that.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you he would.
Right on the money.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Okay, I was just wondering if there's anything else with them.
Outside of those T6 FBA.
I bet you could find them
Anything
in the
else?
Oh, perfect.
Will do, Commander.
Alright, and that is the whole crew pretty much talked to. I mean, we do need to dip down and check this and then go take a look at the captain's digs, but that's pretty much the episode over. Nobody else to chit-chat to before we start on our journey. I think what we'll probably do is we'll go get the Normandy crash site done first, because that's just a nice money boost. Because we're going to be dropping the bag when we get to the Citadel. We're going to be buying weapons upgrades, armor upgrades, things for the crew, like the food supplies. The couplings are from Omega, so we won't be doing that. But we'll be getting the Dark Cerberus Ice Brandy from the Citadel. So it's going to get expensive when we're doing that. We're going to get a little bit pricey. And here's our new and improved captain's crew.
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hall. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
And here we are. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. So we got a private shower here, private bathroom. You know nobody else in the entire Normandy has access to that. We got a big old cozy bed. Our armory is right there. We got a sound system on the side. Our workspace, couches, comes with wine glasses for two, so if we end up liking somebody in this game. And here's the fish tank I was talking about. Obviously we have no fish right now, but as soon as we get our first trip to the Normandy, we'll definitely be, first trip to the Citadel, we'll definitely be taking care of that. We'll get some fishies in here. Alright, that is the perfect spot to wrap this one on up, so thank you for watching everyone. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Mass Effect 2. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace.